Okay, so this part will be covered specifically for those of you moving on to college algebra and trigonometry. The rest of you will not see this in problem solving or statistics. You will see this and use this at least through 2 modules, which are half of the class, plus the final for those moving to college algebra trig. You need to get a good understanding of this when you come to that class. And it's given a quadratic equation, which is going to have an x squared in it, y equals x squared. We can often graph the equation using the intercepts and a special point called the vertex. That's the turning point. And since it's a quadratic, this is the vertex. It's the point where it goes from decreasing to increasing, or it's the point where it goes from increasing to decreasing. It's not always on the y-axis. I'm just using that as a reference. So intercepts are found as below. The x-intercept frequently require factoring now, but our vertex, I don't know what this is talking about. Vertex has x coordinate of negative b over 2a, and then we find the y coordinate by plugging that number back into the original equation. So let's start with this. Given this equation, a is equal to 1, b is equal to -4, and c is equal to 3. Find the intercepts and the vertex. Well, we're going to start by finding the x value for our ordered pair of our vertex, because remember it's x, y, and this is going to be our vertex. X is equal to negative b, so -4 over 2a, 2 times 1. So this becomes +4 over 2, which is 2. So our x version is for our vertex is 2. To find our y, we have to take the equation itself and plug in 2 for x. Since we have x squared, it's 2 squared minus 4 times 2 plus 3. Now we just simplify the right side. 2 squared is 4. -4 times 2 is -8 plus 3. 4 minus 8 is -4 plus 3 is -1. So our vertex is 2, -1. We can also find our intercepts. So the x-intercept is where we let y equal 0. So 0 equals x squared minus 4x plus 3. These are always the hardest one. Finding the x-intercepts are always the hardest ones. The y-intercept is always cake. So we're going to have to factor this. X and x, 3 and 1 are the only possible ones. And then everything is negative because only the middle term is negative. We set each of these binomials equal to 0 and solve for x. Add 1 to both sides. So 3, 0, and 1, 0 are our x-intercepts. And then to find our y-intercept, we let x equal 0. This is the nice one. Y equals 0 squared minus 4 times 0 plus 3. This is just taking this again, and everywhere there's an x, we're going to put a 0. Now we simplify the right. 0 squared is 0, minus 4 times 0 is 0, plus 3, so y equals 3. Our y-intercept is 0, 3. Let's plot all these points. I'm going to start with 0, 3, right there. Then 3, 0 is right there. And 1, 0 is right there. And our vertex is 2, -1. 1, 2, -1. So this graph, this quadratic, looks like this. Don't judge. I'm not great at drawing, but that is my quadratic. We do need to label the quadratic. Y equals x squared minus 4x plus 3. All right, I think that's all we're doing on that. And that's your bonus material. Let me know what questions you have.